What does the future hold for Palm Springs amidst the drought? Are we going to run out of water? What does the water situation in the desert look like right now? How secure is our water supply, and how can we help the situation and be more water conscious? What's up, everybody? This is Brandy, and I'm a local real estate agent right here in the Palm Springs, Palm Desert area. Today we're going to get right into it because time is water, right? Or is it? Let's talk about it. You will actually be pleasantly surprised to know that we are in a much better position than the rest of California as a whole when it comes to the drought dialogue that's been on the top of minds these days. Many experts say our local water supplies are plentiful and well managed, as they have been for decades. Now, I am not telling anyone to go out there and waste good water, because at the end of the day, we do live in the desert, and the drought across the state is a very real concern, so conservation is important. It's also important to know where our water comes from versus the rest of the state. California's water supply is dependent on the Sierra snowpack, which is below average. In fact, it reached its lowest level in 7 years just this past April. But our water here in the Coachella Valley is not dependent on the Sierra snowpack. Despite the look of the area with its rocks, sand, and cacti, we have lots of water. You just can't see it. It's actually under our feet. Picture a big water tank in the ground. It's constantly being refilled, acting like an underground reserve of water. This natural process helps to ensure a consistent supply of water even during times of drought. We call this our aquifer, and it's extremely important to our desert life. An aquifer is a body of porous rock or sediment saturated with groundwater. Groundwater enters an aquifer as precipitation seeps through the soil. It can move through the aquifer and resurface through springs and wells. Wells, approximately 1,200 feet deep, reach the highest quality water within the aquifer. Pumps push the water up to one of 63 distribution reservoirs. Water is then delivered to customers via 2,015 miles of distribution piping. Our aquifer is then refilled primarily from the Colorado River water via the All-American and Coachella Canals, completed in 1948, which is, again, what I'm by. Blaine Carrion of the Coachella Valley Resource Conservation District said we are not in the same situation as other parts of the state, not even close. We have a lot of years of water in our storage basin, Carrion said. Whew, that is a relief to hear. The water that flows into Indio at 13,000 cubic feet per second is very secure, and senior rights to this flow have been around for a long time. It's just unfortunate that as a desert, our optics don't look that great until you do some digging. The Coachella Canal carries water 123 miles into Indio from the Colorado River near the U.S.-Mexico border. For 30 years, the Coachella Valley Water District says that groundwater levels in Indio have been recovering. This is thanks to local farmers using Colorado River water instead of just pumping out their own wells for farming purposes, transforming what was once half of an agricultural region into California's third largest. With all of this said, there is a lot of local concern for the increase in water activities, like 2 different surf clubs and lakes in planned luxury communities, such as the new Disney Cotino housing project in Rancho Mirage, which are pretty large water demanding developments. So, are we at risk of running out of water this year, next year, or even 10 years from now? The Desert Water Agency recently announced that the Coachella Valley has enough water to serve 80 million families for a year. The first 1,000 feet of this groundwater basin is believed to be a 13,000 foot deep tub that has roughly 40 million acre feet in storage capacity. Okay, so we have enough water for 80 million families, but the desert only has 463,000 full-time residents. I think we'll be just fine. Previously mentioned Ashley Metzger said if we did nothing and just continued on using water as we do today, we would have north of 100 years of water. Water managers state they are doing a lot to protect our water supplies. The Colorado River water flows into the Whitewater River, which then flows into replenishment ponds in Palm Springs and the Mission Creek groundwater recharge facility in Desert Hot Springs. It's also flowing into a hillside La Quinta recharge facility named Thomas E. Levi groundwater replenishment facility, and it's helping our aquifer continue to recover from overdrafting that occurred in the early 1900s. This facility has the capacity to replenish 40,000 acre feet of water each year into the groundwater aquifer, benefiting the eastern Coachella Valley. And I quote, We are managing water on a decade basis, Metzger said, not on a seasonal or yearly basis like some other parts of the state have to do because of their supply. Local calls to conserve are not meant to panic, but for our own long-term water sustainability. The water we might save in the Coachella Valley through conservation measures remains in the aquifer. It cannot be shipped elsewhere in the state because there are no pipelines or canals to remove it and send it elsewhere. So it's ours. It's safe to say we are in good hands with the local water management authorities, and also water agencies sponsor turf replacement incentives for desert landscaping and have created several local aquifer replenishment districts, with another on the way. Lastly, they're paying farmers not to irrigate their land to save water and convert from well water to canal water. If you're considering moving to the desert area and you're concerned about the water, no need to be, because we have plenty of it. We've been set up right by past generations of water conservers and lovers of the area. I do love living here, and I'm sure that you would too. So if you ever considered or just have some questions about the area, please reach out to me. I would love to help you. But you need to know more information about what it's like living in the Palm Desert area, so you don't want to miss my next video.